Best dancer in the group?
Yeah, Butler.
Wait, did you say best dancer?
Yeah, best
I mean, fucking hell. Not me.
I'll say Barry.
I'll say you, Austin.
I mean, Barry, again, end of
Maybe
Saltburn.
we should have a dance-off.
Prepare your ears, humans. Happy, Sad, Confused begins now.
I'm Josh Horowitz, and today on Happy, Sad, Confused, we have the masters of the air in the house. That's right, Austin Butler, Callum Turner, Barry Keoghan, and more. Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Happy, Sad, Confused. I'm so thrilled to present this very special evening tape at the 92nd Street Y with a who's who of young, amazing talent starring in the much talked about new Apple TV Plus series. I'm, of course, talking about Masters of the Air. This is the World War II era set show, a true story of these amazing pilots that truly saved us from calamity, to say the least. This is from the makers of Band of Brothers, The Pacific, and it really features a who's who of young talent. I'm so thrilled to introduce this to you guys because some of these folks are familiar to Happy, Sad, Confused, folks like Barry Keoghan and Austin Butler, but to bring in new young talent like Anthony Boyle and Nate Mann into the mix, much less Callum Turner, who's been around the block, but he's never been on the podcast. This was a very special treat. So here's why you're seeing me or hearing me do this preamble and not launching right into this event that was taped at the 92nd Street Y. We had a major tech glitch. I know. I am still recovering from this thing that killed me. Long story short, no one's fault, just one of these things. There was a tech glitch that 92Y experienced where in the first 20 minutes, really between 15 and 20 minutes of audio were not recorded. Now you're going to hear that, and you're going to see that, but what we've done is basically crowdsourced folks that recorded it in the audience and did the best we could. My editor tried to sweeten the audio as best he could, and what you're going to hear and see for the first part of this is rough. Especially if you're just listening to this, it's going to be rough. But rather than not expose you to it and give you the opportunity to experience it, I wanted to give you that option. So if you can't handle it, if it's just too annoying, I get it. Fast forward about 15 to 20 minutes in, and then you'll hear perfect audio, fantastic conversation. But it is what it is. I'm still gutted by it, but these things happen. Sometimes it's out of our control. We will endeavor to do better, I promise you. The good news is that most of this chat, the far majority of this chat, is great audio and certainly great content. The guys were in fine form. It's a fun conversation. So that's my preamble. And again, apologies for that. The good news, like I said, this is a who's who of young talent. Okay, so we have Austin Butler returning to the podcast. Amazing. We have Barry Keoghan returning to the podcast. Fantastic. He's a wild man, and I'm obsessed. Callum Turner, his first appearance on Happy, Sad, Confused. So great. Anthony Boyle and Nate Mann. These are two young actors who you might not have seen yet, but they are ones to watch. When you see this series, you'll know why. And then we also have executive producer legend Gary Goetzman, who also produced Band of Brothers and The Pacific alongside the likes of Steven Spielberg and Tom Hanks. So it's a primo group, I will say that. And it was an electric night at 92nd Street Y. 800 plus folks packed themselves into the auditorium, and it was as loud an event as I've ever hosted. So you will feel that energy, and if you're watching on YouTube, you will see that energy, and I'm so thrilled to present it to you guys. If you want to get in on these live events, we have one more coming up. I mean, we have a lot more coming up, but we have one that's been announced. February 6th at 92nd Street Y, me and Emily Blunt. Get your tickets now. We'll talk Oppenheimer, but a great many things. And she is, of course, one of the most delightful human beings in the universe, in addition to being a fantastic actor. So get your tickets now. Link is in the bio. You'll figure it out. In the event description, the description for the video or the audio, you'll see the link to buy tickets. But come on out, February 6th, 7 p.m., me and Emily Blunt at 92nd Street Y. What else to say? Just one more reminder. Yeah, check out Masters of the Air, Friday nights, Apple TV Plus. It's a 9-part series. It's just ambitious, huge storytelling at the highest scale with great acting talent, production design, music. You'll see. It's fantastic. I hope you guys enjoy this conversation. What you're going to next hear and see is the guys have just been introduced by me, and the bedlam starts. So again, apologies. The audio sucks in the beginning, but just do your best. Stick with it. Or if you can't handle it, just skip ahead like 15 minutes and it'll all be great. Here is me with the cast of Masters of the Air. Thanks.
You guys are fun. I feel like we're a band. Let's start singing now.
Yeah, this is the concert. You ready to sing? Dance?
Yeah, I've been practicing.
This is your new boy band. You guys created here tonight. How many of you are here because you're World War II buffs, and how many are here just to stare at this play? Congratulations on the show, guys. This I've seen all 9 parts. Yes, you can hate me for it, but it's amazing. This is a hell of an undertaking for all of you. First of all, let's begin. Gary has the history here. I want to start with you, Gary, because you obviously were producer. Yeah, it's all on you, buddy. Set this up for us. Band of Brothers. These are shows that truly changed television. And it took a while to get here. It took a while to do this third in this trilogy of World War II stories. Why did it take so damn long, Gary? What took so long to get here?
Really afraid.
There you go.
It was fear. Listen, these take a long time to do, and we knew we wanted to do the air war over Europe, but we didn't really have the technology for a long time. And when we felt safer with that, we had found Don's book and appreciated that. And then we started casting, and it was like, okay, we're doing this thing. Look at these guys.
You guys are like the 2 greatest hype men known to mankind. What does do later?
I don't think much hyping is needed tonight. The crowd is hyping themselves up. So talk to me a little bit, guys. I mean, okay, first of all, who had the toughest audition process? Correct me if I'm wrong. Was this all on Zoom, the auditions for this?
Yeah,
Wait, did you all audition?
There's always one in the group.
Just saying.
Barry, offer only Barry.
Fuck's sake.
Anthony, do you want to say something to Barry? Get it off your chest.
Yeah, I wish I got a straight offer.
Did they put you through the paces, Anthony?
Yeah, I done a couple of auditions. I done one and it was, I didn't know who I was auditioning for, and it was like, kind of like cocky or whatever. I done like a bad James Dean impression. And then I read the script and read Crosby, and the first scene when he's like throwing up, I said, I want to play that guy. and I done a tape for it, and luckily Gary said, yeah.
Austin, you were coming off of a small undertaking called Elvis. He had not started?
No.
The story.
Wow.
We have a lot of versions.
You tell your version, I'll tell mine.
Exactly.
What's your truth, Austin?
Yeah, well, I didn't hear about this until I was a few weeks out from finishing Elvis. But what I didn't realize is Gary had already, you talked to Tom about me before, I guess.
Well,
That's just in your head.
I think that was Tom.
I'm losing it.
That was Tom there.
Oh, you thought Tom was here? You thought that was a moment where he comes out? That would be great.
He is here.
This isn't enough for you?
He's backstage.
Come on.
So Gary, are you saying that Austin was on your mind earlier?
Listen, Lucy Bevan is an incredible casting director over in the UK, and she had put together, she deserves every bit of it, and she put together groups of guys for parts as she saw it. Everything changes, everything moves around, all of that. But Austin was always in this very tight coterie of guys that maybe could have drifted into a couple of the other parts or not. He was in it. I called Tom and I said, buddy, I think you're working with this kid, Austin Butler, that we feel pretty strongly about. What do you think of him? And he said, he's a solid citizen, man. But it was funny. I think it was like rehearsal-y kind of thing. There was a lot of COVID going around. Then you remember Tom was the poster boy of COVID when he was down in Australia. And it was a very complicated period of time. We were on, we were off, we were in, we were out. Nothing was linear during that time. So everybody's got a little different recollection of it. And all Austin knows is what he's told. Because you don't really know, right, exactly what happened and when.
Yeah.
You know,
It's true. All I know is that Tom and I were having dinner. And that's the first that I heard about it. And but then I did have to audition, so I wasn't like Barry. I had to put an audition.
It's all just yell at Barry.
You had to audition because of that group. We have a lot of directors involved, and Lucy and everybody should feel right about their feelings collaboratively about all these parts. And then we pull the chain. And that's it. That's what kind of stalled it.
I mean, one of the words that keeps coming up, I know, as you guys do press, is the responsibility. And it's a real thing. Obviously, this is based very heavily on true events and people that you're playing, and you're memorializing these amazing men, these true heroes. Does that hit you at every stage of the process? Like, Callum, does that hit you only when you get on set, only on the press tour? Is it useful to have that kind of weight on your shoulders?
It's a great responsibility, and like you said, it's a band of brothers in the Pacific, and then this, and that's of itself a big deal. And then you're representing people that saved the world. Without these guys, we wouldn't be here. And I really mean that. They're superheroes. They put themselves in the most volatile situation known to mankind ever. And that kind of war zone has never been repeated. 23% of them would come home each mission. And somehow they found the guts to go back up every time. So that's what I love about this show. You get to experience the warfare and up in the skies, and then you get to go back down to England and see them deal with loss and grief and losing their best friends, and the toll that it has on their mind and their body and their spirit.
One thing that I alluded to this earlier about how those previous series really launched so many actors, whether it's Fassbender was in it, Tom Hardy,
Andrew Scott.
I mean, it goes on and on and on. And for you all kind of come with different levels of experience. I mean, Nate, this is a jump for you. That you've worked obviously, but fair to say, no.
That's
I was like, just another project. Did it?
Yeah, no.
Not really.
Yeah. No.
They were with PTA.
I worked with PTA. I was in Licorice Pizza.
Woo! Yeah! Licorice Pizza!
Which is about Gary.
About 2 minutes in Licorice Pizza. But yeah, no, this is a different level of phone call to join a project.
Do you feel when you step on the set, is it obvious like, oh, I'm in a multi-$100 million production?
Well, when they're like, so we're gonna, we have this costume. It's an exact replica, and it's tailored to. We're gonna go through. This is a set that is a fully exact replica of that, and then you're gonna hop into an actual Jeep from World War II, and wear a watch from World War II, and step into a simulator. You're just like, okay, this is next level.
And the level of preparation that you guys that you're enabled to do. I mean, there's a lot of talk about the famous boot camp. And Dale Dye, for those that don't know, is like a legend. He's the guy to get people in shape for this kind of a thing. And I don't know, at least most of you, Barry, I don't know if you.
Yeah, I didn't do boot camp either. What did I do, Barry? Just filmed myself on set. I was like, oh, this is nice, this jacket. It wasn't intentional, so I don't want to be disrespectful. But I did come in late, so that's why I didn't do it.
Yeah, but
Where were you then, Barry?
I don't know.
Hey, listen.
Prepping?
Probably Barry out of boot camp is better than him.
We wouldn't have got anything done.
For the collective, I think they're out.
Came on the last day and took some photos.
I did. I came and wished you all well and
See you Monday. We were in the muck for about 2 weeks, and Barry shows up at the end eating his Snickers. Alright boys, how are you getting on? All good, yeah?
Do you remember a moment in boot camp where you guys really gelled, where it felt like you were on the same page? Does that happen immediately? That's a question to everybody but Barry, I'm afraid.
It was immediate, you know, and everyone realized the gravity of the situation and what we were trying to achieve, and Gary got together a group of people that wanted to be good and wanted to honor the story and the legacy of these men.
Yeah, that's the funny part about boot camp, that actually the actors come to me and go, "What's boot camp? What are we doing? What are we, you know?" And we actually had a shortened boot camp than what we had with Band and then Pacific, and for a lot of reasons and stuff. And by the way, these guys are pilots. The most important thing is that they fly. It's a little different skill set in some ways. But anyway, the actors love it, except for Barry. And you gotta respect that, right? Jeez, I'm not worried about him faking like he can do anything.
Is it fair to say there's a different temperament for these guys, the guys that were in the air? Did you discover that they had? Because I mean, the stats about the mortality rate of these guys, it's staggering, and they must have known that. That's just gotta be a different mindset for a pilot versus, you know, someone on the ground. Is that fair to say, Austin?
Yeah. It's just a different psychological toll that it takes because, you know, you talk about this a lot, the juggernaut that was Band of Brothers, where they're going all the way. With this, 77% of them may go down in one mission, and then they go back and they take a girl out on a date in London, and then they got to go back up in that plane. And so that back and forth is a kind of emotional trauma that I can't even fully comprehend. It's incredibly brave what they did.
There was 3 days and it's your character, and he goes up 2 days in a row, right?
Yep.
That's what you wrote. And Nate, what was that like?
Do you want to go again?
That must be a constant thing where you're like, how would I exist in this moment? That must happen every single day, every situation. Like, this happened. This unfathomable thing happened to a human being.
Is it, you know, you talk to soldiers about, you know, being at war, what it's like, and a lot of them talk about relying on your training, right? Your training being sort of second nature. In their case, it was this machine, right, that had to know back and forth. Like this was the machine was between you and death at any given moment. So this series is you know, it's a lot of moments like, okay, how do we maintain control, right? Like maintain control within that chaos, you know, and that's just full focus the whole time.
I would imagine each of you, your favorite character in this, hopefully, is your own. Yes, fair to say, or are you envious of anyone else?
No. My favorite character is Meatball the dog.
Who got the dog from?
I couldn't say. Honestly.
No discipline. But Callum, your character, I mean, he's the life of the party. He is somebody that really enjoys life to its fullest. That must be obviously thoroughly stretched because you seem like a very boring individual.
I had to really draw on other people's experiences.
What's it like to have fun?
Yeah, I read a lot of books about fun. Yeah, he is, and actually, you know, my main goal is for people who watch it to want to go for a drink.
Mission accomplished. He seems like a good man.
Great, I'll get the costume back on. We'll go. No, he is. You know, the truth is, they say that in warfare, you go 10 times whatever your personality is, and he's an extrovert, and he goes probably 100 times that way. You know? But at the crux of who he is, he's someone that cares. He's a leader. And there's that scene. I don't know, you guys only watched the first episode, yeah. And the second scene is immediately into the second episode. He says to Cleveland, I want to write letters to the men that went down, their families, because it's a personal touch and that means more to me and more to them. And that's him, you know, he's got heart gold. I fell in love with him.
I know you guys today, you did a premiere, I think, in LA, got a chance to
see some of the descendants, as I understand it. So this keys into a question from Sabrina, who sent in, are any of the airmen still alive or family members? Were you able to meet any of them? Did you connect with any family throughout?
Yeah, I've met some of Crosby's kids. I found out like 10 minutes before we were going to the LA premiere. Someone said, oh, by the way, you're meeting all of his children. Jesus Christ, I hope I don't hate it. And one of his eldest son came up to me and he said, we were told, don't expect to see your father on screen, but I feel like we got Dad back. And it was like such a full circle moment for me. Like I didn't know I was holding on to his breath. Just like let it out. It was like a real kind of like full circle moment, you know. And I thought if the reviewers pan me, I don't really care. You know, I've got the blessing for it. I thought, okay, you know.
I thought he was going to jump in for a second. Don't do it, Anthony! Trustful.
I can't help it, man. I was on Broadway. I love that shit. Tits and teeth.
I was going to say, I was trying to look for connections among you guys. At least two folks up here have Harry Potter Wizarding World connections. Callum and Anthony, of course. Anyone else have a direct or indirect Harry Potter connection? On Audition? Always one. Gary, what do you got?
I hired Colleen Atwood as costume designer. She's the best in the business, and she tiddled in that world a little bit. So anyway, that's the connection I've got. Colleen Atwood.
I thought you said you were going to audition. You auditioned for Harry Potter.
Barry, any audition stories for Harry Potter, Fantastic Beasts, anything?
I don't audition, I said, but no, not for Harry Potter, anyways.
Austin, have you been sorted? Or do you know what the house you're in?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. I went to Harry Potter World.
Okay.
I did do that.
Do you get a wand? Do you get one of your own wands?
No.
Aw,
Next time.
Next time.
Gryffindor, you think? Okay.
Okay, we're going to go around the room.
Not Hufflepuff? All right, what does everybody think that I would be?
Being facetious. I want to talk to you guys about our sponsor this week. It's HelloFresh. Not that you need a reminder. You know HelloFresh. It's America's #1 meal kit for a reason. Every week when I get a box from HelloFresh, I know I am getting quality, I'm getting great meals, I'm getting simplicity, I'm getting everything I need on an affordable budget. Each HelloFresh box is always packed with farm-fresh ingredients, and everything arrives pre-portioned for a moron like me. Yes, even me, who doesn't know how to cook, can cook with HelloFresh and make delicious, interesting, unique food. And when I say unique, that's important to me because I get bored with the same old thing. But with HelloFresh, you can dig into their biggest menu yet with over 45 dinner options to choose from every week and even more market add-on items that suit your lifestyle. It works for any kind of timing for you. They have these 15-minute recipes that work if you're in a real rush. HelloFresh is just the best. So go to HelloFresh.com/happysadfree and use the code HappySadFree for free breakfast for life. You heard me right. One breakfast item per box while your subscription is active. That's free breakfast for life at HelloFresh.com/happysadfree with the code HappySadFree. HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit. You guys have never worked together as far as I know. Have you ever been up for the same roles as far as you know? You must have clocked each other.
You're pulling out the
I
competition.
mean, nobody's competing against this man. Look how beautiful he is. Honest. Just saying. And you as well, Callum. And yous as well. Not really. But like, you know. Oh, thank you.
Speaking of auditions, correct me if I'm wrong, you almost played another airman. You auditioned for Top Gun Maverick.
Here he goes. He's still on the auditions.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How'd that go?
Well, I ended up having to choose between going to the screen test for Top Gun Maverick or saying yes to Quentin Tarantino. And so and it had been my dream to work with Quentin for so long, and I'd already met with him, and so I did that.
And he got to fly in Masters of the Air. Followed his muse. It's a beautiful thing.
But Top Gun was incredible. I did love that.
Can't do them all.
Yeah, they're all so amazing in that.
So this is obviously an indelible experience. You shot this a fair amount ago, like 2 years ago, essentially, correct? Has the bond maintained? Is there a WhatsApp group? Is there a... Oh, Barry's nodding it if there is one.
The feckin' is, isn't it?
You've actually you've got to audition for the WhatsApp group. But if you don't audition, then you're out.
Okay, we'll start the group tonight, and Barry, you get to be in it.
I tried to start a group, but I actually don't have your number.
Yeah, that's not an accident. I'll give you my number, Barry.
Finally, after all these years. I mean,
it's what you've done, man.
No, we're supposed to go for dinner after this.
Let me go up against each other.
Is there a sense of healthy? I mean, like you're in boot camp together. You've got each other's back. But I would imagine there's also like a camaraderie / competitive.
No, there is. Look, honestly, there's no, not competitive. It's but the camaraderie is there, and you know.
Boot camp, Barry.
Oh, boot camp. I can't say anything.
We'll skip boot camp.
No, but in general, there was it was very it's also a recipe for egos, and there was none of that on set. I mean, everyone was kind of just supportive of each other and really there for one another, and I love yous. I mean that.
I love you too, Barry.
I just thought that felt right there. Right?
We've already been through a journey together. It's all love, guys. We're good. Nikki from Australia wants to know, for Austin or any of you, did you listen to any 1940s music while you were preparing for the role?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Callum did. I used to hear it from his trailer. I used to hear the 1940s Spotify playlist.
Benny Goodman, and I love that stuff. In the Mood and Moonlight Serenade. That's definitely the thing that got me in there.
I mean, that must help.
Hey now.
You can't forget what year it is, but to take away all those accoutrements, like I know, like Quentin obviously doesn't have cell phones on a set, but any small thing you can do to kind of forget must be invaluable. So did it feel like a little bit of like, this is pandemic times too, you're kind of isolated, you're all together. Did it feel like a bottled, interesting escape from the rest of your normal life to be there?
I mean, for me it did. I'd come straight from Australia as well, and I didn't go back home, and so I still hadn't seen my family in so long, and so these guys became my brothers. I mean, that time was really, it was kind of me also finding who I was again, what I like to do, and just being surrounded by a bunch of great people was an immersion for me, and it was beautiful.
Toughest accent to nail down? Anybody? Do you enjoy that, assuming a different voice for a character? All of you?
Yeah, it's part of it, It's great. It's great when you find someone. I mean, Crosby, I had this 10-minute clip of him. This 10-minute clip of him speaking when he was about 70 years old, and he still had this kind of strange cadence and strange rhythm, and it just became addictive. I would play it every day, going to set for the hour long it took until I got the voice down, and then by the time you're on set, it's sort of embedded in you. But it's a lot of fun getting to do those voices.
We also had two of the most amazing dialect coaches, Brett Tyne and Heather Ashton, who looked after everyone. They're saying how many speaking parts?
325.
325 speaking parts, and they would dedicate their time to everyone, and everyone got their hour a day. And actually, to your previous question, I think that Gary set it up. So we had everything. We had etiquette lessons, we had dance lessons, we had music lessons, we had that boot camp too, and flight lessons, and there was a whole array of people that were doing it. Even the supporting artists were doing dance lessons. So everyone across the board was in the space. It was really a beautiful, immersive experience.
And it's a long shoot. I mean, Gary, what's your role once you're in production? For you and/or Tom on set, are you the motivator, making sure everybody has what they need?
I'm just dad. It's really that thing where all the departments need sometimes some fatherly guidance to, and you just want to have the most loving, happy ship you can possibly have, because it's conducive to good work, and that's your job. That's what you do. It's kind of old style producing, because you're on it from the thought till now, and it's it's just a different thing. I mean, we all know each other well because we're always together. That was it.
I would imagine at some point Tom Hanks and or Steven Spielberg show up on set, and that's got to be both an intimidating and exciting moment. Any memories of either of them? Nothing but a loving experience. We've got a real shorthand between the three of us. We've worked together for a long time. What's going on?
Something going on. Well, the energy just shifted.
Excited to get their questions.
Hey, whoa. Okay, here's the deal. The best question of the night is going to get this lucky deuce.
Wow.
Dad.
Fake $1. I mean,
and I hope you remember
No pressure.
that
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm definitely
was
not getting
biting
that.
the corners off. I'm going to give it to Josh, not because I trust him, but just because.
Okay.
Seriously.
I got your back.
Okay, bro.
$2.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, guys.
They just reprinted those. I learned
That's right. This is the first printing of any bill since the pandemic began. And so, Barry.
Can I win it?
If you have a good question.
Yeah.
No.
All right. We will award this $2 bill to
Let
somebody.
me think of a question.
What's it like to step into these replicas? I mean, it must be awe-inspiring, the attention to detail. When you first stepped into the B-17 replicas, what was it like?
And it was so incredible. We've talked a lot about this, how there was the old school way of filmmaking, which is building, 81 buildings? Oh. For all the, definitely. More than that? It may be more. They gave us a map so we could get around the set because it was so enormous. But then the new school way of making films was, how we shot that was on a gimbal 50 feet in the air with the volume screens. And so they're high definition screens that you can see the fighter pilots flying by you, and you can see flak in the distance. And it's such a gift as an actor to have that. It really, it does so much of the hard lifting for you, because with a green screen, you'd have to be imagining all that. But with this, you're just immersed in it. It's really incredible.
I would imagine long hours in that confined space. You're like,
Yeah, we would joke that we got jet lag. The screens is it's so it's high HD, high definition. So you're just up there, and it's a slog. But it's nothing compared to what the guys went through. So I'm not complaining.
No, but I mean, Barry, you joke, but it's actually a serious thing. Like, to be able to act under, with not much of your face showing, is that something you're conscious of? Like, you're like...
You done that for the audition, Barry, didn't you? You put a mask on your face.
No, I mean, look, as Austin said, the lads provided everything for us. We didn't really have to do a whole lot but convey through the eyes. I mean, there was like little explosions up there, and I mean, that was quite, nerve-wracking and stuff like that. But, the crane would move us about, and being on the volume, like, we'd have the flak coming towards us, we'd have the eye line for the different aircrafts, and it was, we just had to be kind of familiar with the cockpit, and yeah.
Is when you approach something like this, I would imagine, look, you've obviously got the scripts, you've got the source material, the book, and you've got this voluminous other research material you could call upon. Is it useful once you're in it for you, and it probably differs from actor to actor, I would imagine, like what are you drawing upon? Are you script-based? Are you reading the original book? Where are you at once you're making the show?
I mean, I was very lucky. I had the book to go off, but Crosby also had written a memoir called On a Wing and a Prayer. And when I was reading that, he's so self-deprecating, he's so funny. You really got a sense of like what was really happening in his life and in his soul reading that book. And it sort of became like a Bible for me. I was just going to that every night, and it was really useful.
I mean, his life could be its own remarkable
biopic. Gary? Maybe
spin-off show.
They all could.
Season 2, Crosby's Tale?
No, I mean...
Anyone?
Woo! Okay, yes, ladies and gentlemen, Crosby's too.
Hey.
No. We talked about this, Anthony. Nope. A lot of nicknames in this show. A lot of character. It's something to have both a Buck and a Bucky on one show. That means something. You nicknames, guys? Like, do you each have a nickname among your friends and family? No. Nothing.
Just at work.
The work? We call you the work?
At work.
Okay.
Call you the work?
Here comes the work.
Again.
No other nicknames. Barry, you have to have a choice nickname or two.
Rather not say.
Anto. Yeah. That's your name.
Anton?
Yeah, Anto.
Anto.
Anto. Okay. Very nice. For you, sir?
My sister, who I think is here, is the only one who I let call me Nady.
Oh.
Come on, Nate's mom and dad are in the audience tonight. I think that's pretty special. Stand up, you guys.
Awesome.
Where are you?
Shout out.
If they walked out on their son's show, wow.
It must be also, look, again, this was shot a while back. This is a hell of a production. And it must be amazing to see where you all have already gone in your young careers. Like, when you make the show and then you see Elvis, are you like, oh, that's the guy I just worked with? Like,
Hadn't been released.
no, I'm saying since then. Since then.
Wow, Gary.
We didn't know.
I mean, that must be an interesting experience to have worked with a guy and then a year later to see what he's capable of in a different kind of guise.
Yeah, I had seen Austin in the Quentin Tarantino film and thought he was phenomenal. And then take a bow.
Come on.
And,
Don't do that. Yeah.
And then, I'd worked with him on Masters of the Air, which was such a completely different role. And when I went and seen him in Elvis, I was so blown away. I just thought it was the most exciting performance I'd ever seen. Just unbelievable, incredible work. I love you.
I love you.
I can't say it after I said it.
I love you too.
Okay.
All right, let's talk about Saltburn, everybody. Favorite scene in Saltburn? Anybody want to nominate? There are a lot of amazing, memorable moments.
Oh, God.
Let's embarrass Barry.
Grave scene?
Anyone?
You want me to say something? I think I said it all in the movie, right? Showed it all.
Just reenact the entire movie. All right, talk to me about this. Let's do some most likely tos among the cast on set, okay? Most likely to be caught reading additional material, not just the script.
Anto.
Yeah.
You were going to answer yourself.
I was going to answer Nate, but yeah, I'll take it.
Okay.
That makes me sound cool.
Who's got the best facial hair in this cast?
Wow, big question.
Thank you. Wait,
Gary.
I mean,
Gary's got it, man.
Gary.
I think it's between you guys.
Yeah.
Callum, were you happy with your facial hair, Callum?
Who has facial?
Look at that mustache.
That's what I'm
Nate's
saying.
got a good.
That's gorgeous.
No, Austin just asked me if Nate had a mustache in the show.
Yeah, he does. He's right there.
Of course he does. Yeah. Best singer in the cast.
Callum.
Wow.
As if.
That scene was great. I loved getting to watch you sing all day.
Has there been a?
I sang on This Morning America. Or what was the show
Yeah,
today?
we were on
America?
We were the Today Show.
Today Show.
Okay.
I'm not singing again.
He sang
You know whose
Wonderwall.
turn it is,
He sang Wonderwall.
right? Right? If anyone's singing.
I'm telling you, this is the big. It's not just a duet; it's an entire band, guys. We said this is a boy band.
We're actually working on a Christmas album.
Yeah.
There's our exclusive. Thank you.
2026.
Is the name of the band Masters of the Air, or are you just
Called Wrong Direction.
Wrong Direction? Best dancer in the group?
Yeah, Butler.
Wait, did you say best dancer?
Yeah, best
I mean, fucking hell. Not me.
I'll say Barry.
I'll say you, Austin.
I mean, Barry, again, end of
Maybe
Saltburn.
we should have a dance-off.
That's what I'm feeling, Josh.
You said it.
The work.
The work strikes again.
That's the joys of being English, you know. I've got all these American friends and they've got no idea what I'm saying most of the time. That's why they like me.
Did you keep the American accent like the whole time, or can you go in and out of it on set?
I did. I like to do that, and it just is more helpful for me because my concentration levels are so bad that if I just stay in it, it's easier. My poor dog. Oh. He wakes up, he's like
who is
what's
this
he
guy?
going to sound like today? Yeah. My owner's bonkers.
Yeah, my schizophrenic owner.
Oh, you know, easy. No, yeah, exactly.
Best fashion sense in this amazing...
Barry.
Look at Barry's looks.
Barry.
Come on.
Barry, you want to do a little run? Yeah. What did you say?
Thank you.
I want to see you.
Okay, most likely to get their pilot's license after this. Who's
Nate.
Yeah.
You caught the
Nate,
bug,
man.
Nate?
Yeah, I get my pilot's license.
Izzy has her pilot's license. Can you believe that? 23 years old, the girl with Austin in the first scene. I don't know if you know her from 1883, right? She's amazing, isn't she? Really a great gal.
Yeah, that's incredible.
There's some strong, wonderful female performances in this. The wonderful Belle Powley, fantastic. But it is, I would imagine, a pretty high dude quotient on the set. Was this like the most dude-centric set any of you guys have ever been on? And no, Gary, you're saying not really?
No, they're feminine. These guys, they go to their softer side. They're not afraid to really embrace it. You know, they're not like butch guys. They're like, they're beautiful men, right? I'm just saying. Just
we all agree on this.
It's the most guys that I'd been around in a long time. So I don't know what they're talking about, but they were sensitive and vulnerable men.
Who's got the best Tom Hanks impression among the group? Anybody got a Tom Hanks? Oh, you pointed to Anthony.
I bet Anto
Anto has a good one.
I don't have one. I mean, Gary spent the most time with him probably, so I'd probably guess Gary.
I think he's doing my imitation by now, so am I.
Tom's in doing you now?
Yeah, I think.
You guys have spent a lot of quality time together.
Yeah, we have.
Well, did you have a sense of deja vu on the set of this one? Obviously, the production techniques have changed. But when you're in this, you're like, oh, we're back doing it. We're back doing a different kind of a story.
You know, they have different personalities. You know, Band of Brothers had its thing, Pacific had its thing, and, you know, these guys are just so great to be with, and we had a different experience.
Are you the friend in your friend group that maybe treats yourself a little bit better than everybody else? That's okay. I'm that guy too. You like to treat yourself well. Maybe it's getting that super expensive coffee once or twice a day. That's me. Getting the extra legroom on a flight because, damn it, you deserve it. Well, here's my question for you. If you're going to treat yourself to those kinds of things, why not treat yourself to the best options when finding a doctor? Your health is the most important thing in your life, bar none. Enter our sponsor, ZocDoc. It's the place where you can find and book tens of thousands of top-tier doctors, all with verified patient reviews. You heard me, verified patient reviews. Don't settle. Go for the best and find the right doctor for you today. With ZocDoc, you've got more options than you know. ZocDoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare highly rated in-network doctors, in-network, near you, and instantly book appointments with them online. Once you find the doc you want, you can book them immediately. No more waiting and awkwardly waiting on hold and praying that you get that appointment. You've got it. You're there. You're in. If I needed a doc, I would use ZocDoc. Go to ZocDoc.com/happysad. Download the ZocDoc app for free. That's free. Then find and book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc, ZocDoc.com/happysad. ZocDoc.com/happysad.
Before we get to some wonderful audience questions, I have to hit up a couple of you guys with some. You have so many amazing projects coming up. This is a question for Austin and Barry. Who's more of a psychopath, Feyd or Joker?
Wow. I don't know. I mean,
You having a joke?
Feyd is pretty psychotic.
I mean,
But I mean, they'd probably like hanging out together.
I'd love to see them two in a movie together.
Road trip. Amazing.
Definitely.
This isn't a question, Barry, because I assume we're going to see more of Joker in the script that Matt Reeves is working on.
Mm-hmm.
How much do you know, and how excited are you about returning to that character?
Hey.
There's our sneak peek. That's it, right there. Fair to say you would be excited to get back to work.
Yeah, of course.
There's more to be done. Okay.
Gonna get a call from Warner Brothers now?
Yeah. Austin knows how obsessed I am with Dune. I'm so excited for this man. You've seen it, as I understand.
I have seen it.
Can you say a little bit just what inspired someone like Feyd, who's a character we've never seen you nearly approximate? This is a whole new...
What inspired me deciding to do that?
No, inspired the actual characterization of Feyd. Music, inspiration, films, other characters.
Yeah, animals, you know, like a snake and a shark. Yeah, looking back at certain cultures through time that have been bred in brutality, you know. So certain books that I read about, because that's the thing. I was trying to find I didn't want to play a caricature of him, but what does somebody become when they're born in brutality, and they must act with violence in order to survive? Who does that person become?
He looks like a sweetheart. He looks like a...
Well, yeah, he's cuddly and bald.
I'm very excited for it. Congratulations, man. All right, so some wonderful questions from the audience. I've been told this is amazing. The son of Rosie Rosenthal, Nate, your character, is in the audience.
Can you stand up? Dan Rosenthal.
Can we give him a hand, please?
Great to see you, Dan.
That kind of thing does not happen on every project, as you know. That's really special. That's amazing. Kaylee wants to know, compared to your past projects, how is the preparation different for filming this series? Anybody want to take that? Kaylee has stumped the crowd.
No, it is different. I mean, we're all playing real people. I mean, some of us have played, people who play real people. But this, between the book and Donald Miller, who wrote the book, got to know these guys really well. And then, Crosby wrote his book, and there was a series of interviews that with my character, with Rosie, where he talks about his life, not just during the war, but before, growing up here, actually, in Brooklyn, and choosing to become a lawyer. And what made him enlist and all that. So there's a certain other amount of content that you can sink your teeth into. Not to mention meeting Dan, my character's son, which is kind of another aspect of it. I mean, it must be very strange. My dad, who's here, like if somebody came to me and was like, "I'm about to play your dad," what an intense experience. But
about to play your dad,
right? Yeah. Are you? Yeah.
I am.
Oh, really? Did you audition?
I auditioned for that one.
Yeah. How do you do, Dad? Yeah.
What a way to find out.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it. Yeah. That's...
Rowan wants to know, do you think you'd get along with your character in real life?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Crosby would stress me out at first, and then I think I would love him so much. It depends where I met him, like in what stage of his life, but I think I would grow to be his best friend.
See, they're tender men. It's the way they are.
Anthony needs a play, guys. He needs a Broadway musical in his future, I think.
He says that about all his characters.
That might be a contender for a $2 bill. What do you think, Gary? Is that an early contender?
I think it's in the mix.
It's in the mix. Okay, Rowan, you're up there right now. Okay, Aisha wants to know. Thank you, Aisha.
Hey, good on you.
I like Aisha. Aisha, what aspects of playing your character presented the most significant challenges for you? Biggest challenge.
I think challenges. I think it was more realizations for me, anyways. You know, realizing that these kids basically had to be men, and you know, understanding that we have a lot of privileges these days, and just kind of coming out with a massive gratitude towards it. I don't think, like, I'm not gonna say challenges, because there's no comparison to what they went through. And again, we've got the comfort of having coffee sent up to us and fucking everything else. So it's not really a challenge. It's really a kind of a realization and a grateful one. That was the best answer, by the way. Wow. What was that $2 bill?
It's for the question, Barry. Jeez. Would you trust any of these gentlemen to throw a dart at an apple sitting on top of your head?
No.
That's trust. That's love.
You would trust Austin? You would trust me?
Everybody
I think you could
here
trust
would.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could do that. Have you ever thrown a dart before? I've thrown a dart. Yeah.
Oh, that's his mistake.
I wouldn't trust me.
I wouldn't trust, no. I would not trust Barry. Benny.
Actually, no, I trust you, Barry.
Aww.
Yeah, sure, man.
Give us an apple, lads. Give us an apple.
Yeah, let's get an apple out. Let's test it, guys. Benny wants to know, look, you just only saw the first episode. Benny wants to know, what are you most excited for people to see in the coming episodes? It takes some turns, man. This is an epic show in every way.
Belle Powley's performance in the later episodes, she is phenomenal. I think people are really going to fall in love with her. I think she's amazing in it. No. Unless. No.
Megan, I hope that's Megan. Megan from New York City wants to know, favorite or most intense scene to film? What's going to stick with you for the rest of time? It was all chill. It was easy.
It was you, Callum, in the air, the parachute. Come on. You.
No, my favorite scene actually, sorry, Austin, was with Barry on the wing. Wow. We have a scrap.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
Tell them what happened.
Barry's come up with this elaborate story that he punched me in the face. But he didn't get anywhere near me.
Went like that. You're like, whoa. I wobbled you.
He didn't.
I went like, he's all right. He's all right. No, that was a good scene.
He didn't.
All the scenes I'm in are good scenes.
Barry?
All the scene, any scene that Barry's in is actually my favorite scene.
Barry was so happy when you said it was a scene with him. I just saw him light up. He just got so excited.
Wow.
I'm sorry, Austin.
Speaking of Barry controversies, what's the boxing story? I feel like I've watched all these interviews with you guys, and I've heard different things about who was a boxer, who taught who how to box, who's the best boxer. Let's set the record straight.
Barry's basically a professional boxer.
He's going pro?
Yeah, he had mitts with him, everything. Yeah, so I'd say Barry.
Someone said, seriously? No. No, we'd box on the set. And look, it's a way to kind of, get to know one another. And we kind of kept it within the period. Like, we'd play card games and dice games, and, there was no really phones on set. And I think boxing's kind of timeless, if you get me.
We're going to end with the Happy, Sad, Confused random questionnaire. But before we do that, should we bestow who won? Who got I think Rowan, maybe?
Josh, you were a professional questionnaire. I think it's your...
Yes.
I think Rowan won the $2 bill. Come
Where
on,
is Rowan?
Down, Rowan. I'm gonna get.
You stand up, Rowan.
Wow, look at that.
So while Rowan comes down and gets her bow, the Happy, Sad, Confused, Profoundly Random questionnaire begins with, and you have a second to think about this, what do you collect? Anything you guys collect? Congrats, Rowan. I'm going to give it to you right here. From Gary Goetzman, executive producer of Masters of the Air. Anybody collect anything here?
You know what I've got? I framed it. It's the takeoff and landing procedures. And I stole it, and it was something that we studied. And I'm not one of those actors that likes to have a poster of myself in my house. I think that's lame as fuck. But I like to have memorabilia, and I have that framed in my kitchen.
Okay. What's the wallpaper on your phone? Anybody want to? Barry's looking. What do you got?
My dog.
Your dog.
Of course.
Very good. Anyone else? Anyone? Can't say. Okay. It's a picture of me. Austin has a picture of me. Last actor you were mistaken for. You get mistaken for another.
Tom Hardy.
Really?
Honestly, I got that. I was like, wow.
No kidding.
Where was that, Barry? Where was that?
No, someone said it to me. You used to say it to me all the time.
I used to say it to you all the time.
He's got a Tom Hardy vibe. He's a live wire. Best karaoke song.
Hey, Tom. He's going to watch this.
Tom loves coming to the 92Y. Best karaoke song is... What's your go-to? Anybody?
I Bet You Look Good on the Dance Floor, Arctic Monkeys. I go for.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good one. Okay. What's the worst note a director has ever given you?
Quicker, faster, funnier.
That's my best note. So. That wasn't a joke.
Anything jump to mind, Austin or Barry? A note that's just not helpful? What's or the flip side, what's helpful? What do you want to hear from a director?
Something different. Like, you don't want to go in with kind of preempting stuff. You want to kind of be open to doing different things and...
Right. Additive as opposed to closing you off to ideas.
Hey?
Oh, he went there. He went somewhere.
I don't know. I went somewhere there for a second. Sorry. No, but like you want to... You kind of... I mean, Austin, what? Help us. Help. Help me.
Yeah. For me, I think it's when it's not something external and it's something that helps you to, I don't know, you're living within that world and you don't want somebody to take you out of it, so.
Yeah, good directors don't, really give you notes, to be fair, right? I mean, the best, they don't. They kind of cast you because of that
90%
reason.
is casting, that's what they say, right? Yeah.
Somebody like even Kevin Smith, did I tell you what he did with me, which I actually kind of loved, which he would watch it, and then he'd have you watch playback with him. And he'd go, all right, that's in the movie, try something different in that moment, all right, that's in the movie. And so then you have this feeling of like, all right, we got all that other stuff, now just try something different in that moment. And that was kind of freeing. And that's the first time that I ever watched playback, because I used to hate watching it. But then I kind of saw you can use it as a tool in a moment like that. I don't know, it's trust.
That and don't look at the camera is a great...
Yeah, don't look at the camera.
Good note for the young actors out there. In the spirit of happy, sad, confused, an actor that always makes you happy. You see them on screen, you're in a good mood.
John C. Reilly.
Nice.
Michael Cera.
Oh. It's amazing.
Shout out to Alan and Barbie.
Barry, are you enough to be in the sequel to Barbie? Are you ready?
Yeah, Greta, give us a call, please. Seriously, though.
No, I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I'd love to.
But no audition, obviously.
No.
Yeah. Movie that makes you sad. Always makes you sad.
I just watched The Holdovers, which was amazing movie. Amazing movie. Very sad.
Yeah. All right, finally, food that makes you confused. What food do you just not get?
Fucking aubergine.
Oh.
Eggplant.
Eggplant,
yeah. That's what, aubergine.
What is... Texture is...
That's
for
fair.
me, anyway.
I could go with that, actually. Yeah, eggplant.
Is that what you call it here? Eggplant?
Yeah, right. That's the same thing.
Yeah, same thing. You got it. You got it.
What's yams?
What's yams?
Yeah. Keep hearing yams in America.
Is that sweet potato or is that?
Potato?
It's in the
Why don't
family.
you just
It's in
say
the family.
sweet potato?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow. We had a breakthrough at the very end, didn't we? Here we are. Congratulations, gentlemen. So, Masters of the Air, I just want to say, it's a phenomenal show. It's 9 parts. You've seen the first part. It's on Apple TV Plus on Fridays. Check it out. Spread the good word. Congratulations to this amazing cast. Gary Goetzman, thank you guys so much for coming out. And thank you all for being here.
Guys.
Masters of the Air.
And so ends another edition of Happy, Sad, Confused. Remember to review, rate, and subscribe to this show on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts. I'm a big podcast person. I'm Daisy Ridley, and I definitely wasn't pressured to do this by Josh.